first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Giants are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Room here to run. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. This defense for the Bears, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's got a man complete. And And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Hey, 26. Rodgers now on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Breece Hall, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from capturing the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give right side now to Hunt. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On first down, it's Herbert. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. They run right side with Hunt. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Herbert. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 23. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now a play fake. Rodgers escaping the pressure right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Try to get that pass to Khalil Shakir.
And that'll make it 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well at 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
They run again with Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They snap it on 4th to Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
Christian Watson.
58 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Bears 14, Giants 6. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The Bears and the Giants both looking to improve their passing games in 2022. That's for sure. Last year, the Bears ranked number 30 in the NFL in passing yards. The Giants actually one spot worse at number 31.
Back to the air. Herbert on second down. And going deep for Hill. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
110 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
They'll run again with Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Herbert now
swings this out for Hunt. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Try to run with Hunt, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gay's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
Ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It got his man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hall again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Christian Watson.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
After the turnover, here's Herbert.
That one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Play action. It's Herbert. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
At their own 13-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On play action, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing the 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
of the gun. They run it with Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
If we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage. A little bit slow to get rid of the football.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They snap it to Herbert. Flushed out right. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Breece Hall
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Sliding out of the pocket. Gets this one to Hill. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll run with Hunt on second down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. He completes it to Julio Jones. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Herbert on 1st down now. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears' 11-yard line.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Justin Herbert with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Ball again on 2nd down. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are right back in this football game.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Here's Herbert. And they're going deep for Hill.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago.
Christian Watson.
49 yards.
And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's Hill, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Justin Herbert.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
To the air again, Herbert. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And he'll find Pittman. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Giants. Michael Pittman, 36 yards. And the Giants get a bit closer. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
They bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Rodgers. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Grant on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Herbert.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing, Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And this is picked up by the Bears. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
And that's caught inside the 35. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And as this defense walks up...